Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 20 in the book of Ephesians. I'm going to title today, so you remember it, Bear Withing People. Bear Withing People. So you remember Jonathan Edwards, he would take a spiritual idea and write it down and literally pin it to his chest. So that's a good one, Bear Withing People. I'll explain that, which hopefully means something to you in 7 minutes. So we are in a section where Paul has talked about theology and doctrine for 3 chapters, and now he's saying in chapter 4, beginning of chapter 4, I, therefore, prisoner of the Lord, urge you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called. And then he's going to describe what that calling looks like. With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. And then the last one, eager to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. So that's it for today. So we talked yesterday about humility. Now, humility back in this particular day, even today, it's not a compliment. It was distasteful to the society. And Paul even invented a word about low thinking. Think lowly of yourself. And that characteristic is demonstrated. All these characters are demonstrated in Christ, obviously. Maybe the biggest one is the second thing he talked about. So humility is number one, gentleness is number two, which is the set condition of bearing, like Jesus, of entrusting and with power. It doesn't mean weakness. In our world, gentleness equals meekness equals weakness, but no, it's this power under control. And then the one I wanted to review just a little bit more is what is translated into English as patience. So when we say patience, we kind of mean just waiting, just a time element to it. That is an inactivity or a resting or pausing. But in the Greek, the word is much richer than that. There is the time element, so there is a waiting part of it. But then the probably the biggest one is this irritant. It's waiting when you are provoked or when you face an instigation or being even tempered when you are triggered. So somebody has got their thumb in your eye during the waiting period. So there is a time element, then there's this irritant element, the thumb in your eye element, and then there's what you're supposed to be doing with yourself. So there's this character of composure and self-possession. So it's bearing with when you're provoked, or self-restraint while you're being instigated, and being even tempered when triggered. And it's this imperturbability when you're under fire. So here's my big definition of patience. Patience is the quality of self-restraint in the face of ongoing provocation. All right, so today, the one thing I wanted to get to today is this bearing with one another. And let's just ask, does your Christian walk bear with people? Does it bear with people who are like you, or maybe even, let's stretch ourselves, people who are not like you? So why do you bear with people? Well, the way the Christian walk is that they're going to need you when they're below water. But the flip side of that coin is you're going to need them when you are below the waterline. And so we want to bear with people in love. That is looking to their best interest. And then they're likewise either today or at some point going to be looking out for your best interest. And this is all heading towards chapter 4 is going to be about the unity of the Spirit, which we're just introducing that concept now. But this best demonstrates the unity of the Spirit. So the application of all this doctrine in chapters 1 through 3 is going to happen here now as we work towards spiritual unity. So the terminology is the indicatives empower the imperatives. That is, the things that are true. The things that are true in chapter 1 through 3 are going to empower in these behaviors and these applications in chapters 4 through 6. So do you love Christ? Do you love his church? Do you love the people of his church? And are you bearing with, this is where I get the term the bear withing, because that's going to demonstrate that that you're on board with the Lord, you're on board with his commitment to it, towards unity. So bearing with is likely going to mean bearing with people that are like you, and also bearing with people that are probably not quite like you. So the last thing today is the eagerness to maintain unity. That is, do you value the unity as a high goal of your church body? Question number one, do you even show up to value this as a church body? And then here's the second question. Do you even show up when you show up? That is, are you engaged? Are you active? Do you have the lights on when you're there? One thing I like about my church is my church used to be known for being of one political party, and my church now has moved towards two political parties with independents, very much more kind of like the United States, demonstrating a similarity. And I think that the unity of the Spirit, beyond politics, beyond races, beyond economics, demonstrates that we get this as a church, that we all stand before, we're under the big banner of, I am a sinner saved by the kindness of God. I am placed in the community by the kindness of God. This unity is demonstrating the kindness of God. And then the word I liked in this was, am I eager to maintain it? So it demonstrates some depth of commitment. The eagerness probably cost you something. Bearing with one another, the bear withing people, probably has cost you something. Being patient, that is, self-restraint in the face of ongoing provocation with their thumb in the eye, it probably has cost me something. Remember back in Romans 16, Persis was commended for working hard. That is, working till you're tired. And I think all the things today, the three things today, this patience and bearing with people and eager to maintain the unity probably costs. There's a cost to this. Does your bearing, so the final question is, does your bear withing, does your patience, does your eagerness for unity, does it cost you something? And if so, if it's hard for you, if so, then you're probably doing it right. So let's use these as models of things to head towards. That is, let's be bearing with people. The bear withing of people. Put that on your lapel today. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.